Hey everyone, Sky here to discuss Batman and Robin, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, George Clooney, Chris O'Donnell, Uma Thurman, Alicia Silverstone, Michael Gough, Pat Hingle, and Vivica A. Fox. I don't know what she's doing here either. Directed by Joel Schumacher. Now, I did see this movie quite a few times as a little kid, and what do I think of it? Well, I don't remember. But let's get into the movie, shall we? We open with Batman, played by George Clooney, and Robin, returned by Chris O'Donnell, suit up and get their equipment, and the suits are really bad looking. For example, the nipples, which, ew! I hate bringing up that on the show, and Batman says this is why Superman works alone. Like, this is a groaner line. Like, you're not in the DC universe. Just don't try. Batman and Robin have an endless battle to go after a new villain named Mr. Freeze, played by Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he gets a diamond for his suit. And Arnold makes me laugh hysterically because I can't picture him as a Batman villain, but he could be good as a villain in this movie, as he destroys the Gotham Museum and takes the diamond as Batman and Robin face off against the hockey team from hell. That's what I'm going to call them throughout the show. And they get on Mr. Freeze's rocket, and he escapes, and Batman and Robin chase Freeze in a tunnel full of doors, and it ends with Robin being frozen, takes the diamond, and Batman warms Robin's eyes up, I guess. And this opening fight was, as we started, is very bad. And 11 minutes until he dies. Like, does that make sense? Honestly. Dr. Pamela Isley, played by Uma Thurman, who's miscast as Poison Ivy, witnesses the birth of Bane. And all of this is not in the comic books, because Bane wasn't born with Venom, nor Poison Ivy wasn't a doctor and named Pamela Isley. I thought her name was like Ivy Pepper for like the longest time. Well, tell me about that in the comics. I mean, in the comments, I meant. So, what Schumacher did to this, now, just unforgivable. Particularly, he did the Bat suit and Robin suit with the Batgirl's suit. Just everything he did from last time to now is really inexcusable. Alfred Pennyworth, returned by Michael Gough, who was in the first 3 movies, is sick with a typical cancer that can't be curable unless they have Mr. Freeze's power. And when I get there, I lost my cool at that point, because that didn't make any sense to me. And I can't go too far into cursing, as this is a PG-13 rated movie, but next time will be R-rated, but that's a terrible plot device. Meanwhile, Mr. Freeze says no to sleep with Miss B. Haven, played by Vivica A. Fox, who, because he's married to his wife, as frozen as for now, and again, horrible plot device. But seriously, what in the hell is Vivica A. Fox doing here? It's gonna kill me. I lost it. Alfred has a niece who visits him named Barbara Wilson, played by Alicia Silverstone, and her character is just about as bad as it gets, with the series being handled by Joel Schumacher. Bruce Wayne throws a party to save the rainforest, with Batman and Robin being the special guests, and the music in that scene when Poison Ivy enters the party did remind me of when Michelle Pfeiffer comes in the party scene in Batman Returns. But here it's handled super poorly. And then Mr. Freeze shows up and steals the diamond from Poison Ivy, and Batman and Robin decide to have another chase with Mr. Freeze, where Batman thinks Robin won't make a jump, and Batman jumps out of the Batmobile to put Freeze in Arkham Asylum. And that sequence was so bad that Robin can't help but have Poison Ivy in his mind. And Batman wants to go back to the one-man wrecking crew he once was, and all of this is terrible writing right off the bat. Poison Ivy and Bane find a place, and let me ask a question. How is Bane that stupid? I don't understand that. Anyways, back to the movie. Poison Ivy and Bane find a place to live and find a room full of gangsters, and Bane beats the crap out of them and redecorates the place with plants and gets Mr. Freeze out of Arkham Asylum. Meanwhile, Dick Grayson catches Barbara going on to a motorcycle race because of her Uncle Alfred's upcoming death of cancer, so she can find a cure. And am I dreaming, or is this lazy writing? Is it right? Oh, yep, it is. It is. Batman and Robin see Mr. Freeze's wife is alive, and the next thing you know, Freeze is getting his powers while Batman and Robin try to fight Poison Ivy in prison and get her in prison and fight Bane, but both are very unsuccessful because Batman tells Robin to not kiss her because she's poisoned and throws Robin in some green slime. And again, this is stupid. Bruce Wayne throws another party to introduce Gotham City to a telescope of heat. Meanwhile, Mr. Freeze uses it to freeze Gotham. Meanwhile, Barbara tries to get Alfred's file for his brother Wilfred, and eventually gets in and sees the Batcave and wants to join Batman and Robin to fight Mr. Freeze and Poison Ivy and Bane. And how does she know the Batcave? Or where it is? I don't know, and I don't care at this point. And now she's dressed up as Batgirl. Batgirl beats up Poison Ivy by putting her in her own trap. And I don't know why that was so easy. It's lazy writing at worst. Freeze shoots Freezy power in Gotham, and they fight him with Robin and Batgirl eventually taking out Bane, and Batman warms up Gotham after he knocks out Freeze down and warms Freeze. Did I already write this? Yes, I did. And he warms Freeze down, and he tells Freeze his wife is not dead, and Alfred was in a coma during the fight, and Freeze cures his cancer, and the next morning he awakens, and he with Poison Ivy's cellmates in Arkham Asylum, and Batman, Robin, and Batgirl run into a series to never be continued as this movie is so bad. Now it's time for the rating. I'll give this movie a 1.6 out of 10. The writing is terribly lazy, and the characters are so bad because the script is horrible. Arnold's lines are such a groaner, it makes me laugh so hard that my face turned pink. This is the worst theatrical Batman movie I've seen by far, and there's no doubt Joker will be so much better than this piece of crap. Joel Schumacher ruined this world until Christopher Nolan resurrected it, but I have reviewed that movie before, but next time the review is going to be Joker. And I will be back next time for Joker. And until then, who's got the sickest backflips?